If I were to move abroad in 2025, knowing everything that I know now, after 3 years in the UK as an international student, there are 5 things I would do differently towards getting a settled stay. In this video, I'm going to share these 5 things based on my personal experiences and lessons learned to help you make a more informed decision. This is a disclaimer. I am not an immigration consultant. I'm just someone sharing her own, experiences living abroad as an immigrant. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're just seeing this pretty face for the first time, my name is Betty, and on my channel I share my experience as an immigrant living in the UK. While there are different ways to move abroad in 2025, in this video I'm going to be focusing on traveling abroad as an international student, either coming in to do your master's or to do a PhD program. And if you're just stumbling on this video for the first time, please show me some love. Do well to subscribe to my channel. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is finding a program that has a placement opportunity. Now, why do I say this? This is because 1 year for a program is a very short time. It's a very short time to absorb all the cultural shock, settle in, get your... It's possible. I did it and you can do it. However, I feel the decisions are going to be rushed and it's not enough time to get to find the kind of, even get an experience in the kind of career path that you have chosen. So for me, I would say, go for a program that has a placement opportunity, so that when you're done with your coursework 1 year in school, then the university places you, like puts you in an organization where you can build experience, and it's not even that expensive. Like, the difference between getting a program with placement and getting just a 1 year program is it can just be like £2,000 difference or £1,000 difference depending on the school. So it also gives you an opportunity to find a job that can sponsor you, like get a skilled worker visa. Because, yeah, the post-study opportunity is a good one. It's 2 years opportunity for you to get an employer that can sponsor you on a skilled worker visa. However, there's every tendency that in that 2 years you may not be able to find an employer that can sponsor you. It's not a bad wish. It's reality. It's reality because some people don't want some kind of job. Some people are not flexible. I used to be like that. I was once like, oh no, I'm not going to do this job. I'm not going to do that job. Even if there is a sponsorship opportunity, no, I'm just going to focus on what I want to do, what I am chasing in terms of career. And I wasn't getting any sponsorship in that direction. So I had the option of either going back to my country or get an available skilled worker visa to stay back in the country. So why am I saying all this? If I had done a program that has a placement opportunity, I believe that would have given me enough time, not just time to get a skilled worker visa, but it would have also given me the experience that is required for me to get a company to actually like really sponsor me in the field of my study. Don't make that mistake that I made. You have to think flexible. You have to think outside the box. Now, while this varies for different universities and different programs, I would advise you do your findings, do your research properly. That's by the way. The second thing I'm going to be talking about is funding your education. For those of us coming from Africa, like Nigeria, Ghana, it's so common to find people get funds from, probably borrow from family members, or get to sell properties to move abroad to study. Well, there are different ways to fund your education abroad. One of the ways to fund your education abroad is through getting a loan, a student loan. Although it comes with an interest, but you have enough time to pay up that student loan. And there are lots of universities that they've got like a partnership with some of these organizations that give out loans, and so they have list of schools like on their platforms to help to help students actually like have access to this loan based on the programs that are listed on their website. And then you can look at it and look at the schools that or the universities that they are associated with, and the programs as well that they are able to fund. But this is a very good way to fund your education. It's better off because it's at least you know that you're like probably 50% of your tuition is sorted, or because most schools will want you to pay at least 50% before you move to the country, while some other schools will just tell you to pay your CAS and then give you a payment plan, probably like 6 to 9 months. What I would have done differently would have actually been for me to go for a student loan to help me pay my fee, because like I don't want to go into so much detail about that, but having to pay my remaining fees when I moved here in installments, it wasn't an easy one. It wasn't very, very easy. It took me, let's just say, about 9 months to get everything all sorted. Yeah, but that's a story for another time. Speaking of the university program, I would like to talk about picking a university program that can help you land a job easily when you move abroad. So, as an immigrant, we don't really know much when we are back home in terms of what job or what occupation is in demand. In some of these countries where we moved to study, like United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, most of those popular destinations. Now, there are certain industries, I'm going to call some of those industries. One of them is the healthcare industry. It's one of the industry where there is so much job opportunity. Like once you graduate from a particular program, you can be guaranteed that you're getting a job, unlike certain programs that will probably take you a while to get a job. But I am not going to go into so much details. I know the tech is also a very good industry. The tech industry is also a very good place to delve into. Personally, for me, if I were to be advised on what program to choose to study in the UK 3 years ago, I would go for a nursing program. I'll go for a nursing program because I have a background in biochemistry. My undergraduate program was a biochemistry program, but for some reason, I found myself working in a bank, one of the Nigerian banks, and I felt like, okay, I just belong to the business world. I'm just going to do my master's in business management, and that's it. I wasn't willing to think of anything sciences anymore. I just wanted to, go into the business world and do wonders. Gang. But yeah, so not just nursing. Nursing is just one of them. We have social work. Some of these programs I just listed, I just talked about right now, nursing, social work. They are programs that I can guarantee you probably don't even need a placement. As soon as you're graduating after 2 years, because those programs are usually like 2 years, then you have a guaranteed, like you have a job waiting for you, like literally waiting for you, because there is so much demand for nurses in most of these countries I just listed. Nurses are needed. And so let's even say you don't have a nursing degree, you've never done nursing as a BSc program. You can do nursing in the UK for 2 years as a master's program if you already have a bachelor's degree. That 2 years is enough time for you and there are different kind of nursing. There's general nursing, there is mental health nursing, like mental health practitioner. They're just different programs. Now, another thing I would like to talk about is traveling. Now, when you come into the UK as an international student studying any program, it's a good time to travel. Yeah, quote me anywhere, I'm going to say this. Traveling as a student is the best time, and you don't need to break the bank to travel. Traveling in this part of the world is not luxury. It's all about planning. It's all about getting the right travel company and getting to book ahead of time. So these were things I didn't do as a student. I wish I did. So if I were to go back in time, trust me, I would have traveled more on a student visa, because when you're on a student visa, like, an immigration officer has every reason to approve your visa to any of these countries. For example, United States. If you're traveling from the UK to United States, or Australia or Canada, because they know that you're definitely coming back to complete your program. Like, they know that there's a tie, like you have a tie in the country you're currently a resident of. So it's a good time to travel. It's a good time. Don't wait to when you're done, then you're trying to get on a post-study visa, because on the post-study visa, you are not seen as a skilled worker. You are seen as someone who can eventually travel to a country like United States and not come back. So you'll be rejected. So this happened to me, and I don't want it to happen to you as well. So I would advise, travel more as a student. Travel to Paris, travel to Spain, travel to get a Schengen visa, get your passport stamped, build your travel history, build your travel record. Like, these things, they go a long way. And I wish I learned it very early. I wish I started traveling more as a student. I only started traveling when I had switched to my post-study visa, and I wasn't really the first country I visited was Albania, and I didn't even need a visa to go there. But if I had known, if I was well informed, the first country I would have loved to travel to as a student, just to go on vacation, would have been the United States. And I would have done that like as a student, because definitely I'm coming back to complete my studies in the UK. I won't have been rejected for any reason. So that is by the way. Another thing I would like to share is getting on a skilled worker visa early enough, immediately after your studies. Now, I'm going to share my experience on that. I finished my program 1 year, and I immediately jumped on a post-study work visa. And that is a visa that helps you to, work in any organization, and you're not limited to a particular employer. But the goal of the post-study work visa is to help you, get an employer that can sponsor you within that 2 years. On the other hand, what if you don't find find an employer that can sponsor you within that 2 years? So what do you do? And a lot of us, myself and so many other students, some of my mates, we all finished together. We all find ourselves in this situation, and it's a lesson learned. But if I were to advise anyone coming into this country in 2025 as a student, I would advise you to get a skilled worker visa immediately after your program, even if that skilled worker visa is not in line with what you studied in the university. Why do I say this? Because when a skilled worker visa counts towards your permanent settlement in the United Kingdom, it counts towards your permanent residency in the United Kingdom. On the other hand, the postgraduate visa doesn't count towards your permanent settlement in the United Kingdom. So, yeah, it's a very popular situation here in the United Kingdom. Rather, I know a lot of people are interested in schooling in the UK. They are looking forward to coming to the UK and possibly planning to get on the postgraduate visa, even in this time where there has been so many changes in the immigration rules, and people can no longer come into the country with dependents. I would say finish your program, get on a skilled worker visa ASAP for you. And if you're looking to stay back in the country, remain in the United Kingdom as a resident, I would advise you to get on a skilled worker visa immediately, even if it's not in line with what you studied in school. Get on a skilled worker visa, because a lot can change in a very short time. I was on a postgraduate work visa for 2 years, and I will tell you a lot of things changed before I was able to eventually get on a skilled worker visa, like after I have exhausted the 2 years of my post-study visa. So I'm saying this based on my own personal experience and lessons learned. If I had the opportunity to go back in time and make a better and informed decision, I would get on a skilled worker visa, even if it's not in line with my field of study. Having said all of this, having shared my personal experience, I hope you've been able to gather 1 or 2 tips to help you in making your decision. Thank you for watching. I hope you've been able to pick 1 or 2 tips. And if you feel there's something that is missing in this video, or an information that you think will be helpful to someone, if you're already in any of those countries, please do well to add your comment to the comment section, and also show me some love and support. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.